hello, how you doing? My name is Tehja Avanni and welcome to Tehja's Wonderland, where I am transforming into Ariel, aka the Little Mermaid, in my design aesthetic and my fashion aesthetic. So y'all, this is part 3, so if you didn't watch part 1 or part 2, it'll be linked down below and then you can come back to this video. But part 3 is another supercharged bedazzling video. I'm going to be bedazzling the bodysuit of the Ariel corseted bodysuit. So yeah, so more sparkly things, more rhinestones, more pearls, all of that good stuff. So grab a drink, grab a snack, grab whatever you want to grab. Please sit back and relax and enjoy this bedazzling video. I hope you enjoy it because it's real cute and sparkly and it's nice to see everything come together. So I hope y'all feel the same way. So anyway, if you'd like to see how I bedazzled the absolute crap out of this Ariel inspired corseted bodysuit, please keep on watching until the end of this video. Alright, so here I'm with homegirl. Ta-da! That's what the titties look like. I'm moving on to rhinestoning and adorning the bodysuit pretty much the exact same way. I think the only thing is that I might like follow like the seam lines of the bodysuit just so that like it's not super clunky, because I still want the waist to look like a waist. And so I don't want it to be a little bit too clunky. But first things first with adorning this bodysuit is to add the hanging beads. So I'm just going to do that first, hanging beads and also the sewn on beads. And I have my spread out on the table, and so I'm just going to do that real quick just to start mapping out where I want everything to go. So now I'm adding the seashells to the bodysuit, just like in random places. Again, going to use the same technique. I'm going to use mostly the bigger rhinestones first and then fill in the gaps with the smaller rhinestones. So what I also plan to do is that the bigger rhinestones will be more in this area, and I'm gonna stop where the skirt is, and then but like on the sides it'll be more of the smaller rhinestones just to keep the hourglass shape, and then on the back, if there's anything left, then again with the bigger rhinestones. So to kind of create that a little illusion of the hourglass shape, because that's just the silhouette of this garment. So that's the master plan. So I hope y'all enjoy watching me rhinestone. This is actually really fun. So yeah, anyway, let's get on to it. So now with the smaller rhinestones, like the mid-size to smaller rhinestones, what I'm doing is that I'm kind of cascading them throughout the back parts of the Roxy bodysuit and kind of just spreading them around a little bit more, just so that it's not as concentrated, for two reasons. Reason number one is that I was running out of rhinestones, and then reason number two is that so it wasn't super chunky throughout the entire bodysuit. I did want some like kind of like valleys and dimension, if that makes any sense. But like peaks and valleys, you know, that the chunky stuff is in the front and then the smaller stuff is in the back. And so this is what it looks like. And so I continue to just add the smaller rhinestones throughout. And even when I move on to the next step, I still continue just to add the smaller rhinestones. So that is a cluster, but a more spaced out cluster. Then, like I did with the cups, I am taking my SS12 Bubbles rhinestone trim, which is the same bubble colors as a lot of the rhinestones that I'm using, which is like this AB color, like bluish green color. And I'm just kind of, you know, weaving it around and kind of creating that buried treasure, lost jewelry kind of effect on the back of the bodysuit. And then this also helps to cover some area and some space, and to add some structure to the back of the bodysuit too, because like again I was running out of rhinestones, so the rhinestone trim helped to like kind of carve out some space so that there was like less, you know, empty space involved, if that makes any sense. But anyway, it just helped to add, you know, more volume to the back of the bodysuit. So I'm doing that real quick, and then I'm going back to adding the smaller rhinestones to the back of the bodysuit. So this is what the bodysuit looks like so far, when I just added all like the mixed shaped rhinestones, you know, and just kind of laid the foundation for the detail work that I want to do afterwards to really make this bodysuit super dynamic. So after all of the chunky rhinestones, I am now dotting some gem tack glue and placing on top different colors and sizes of the round rhinestones, like round flat back rhinestones, and just a multitude of greens and blues, and golds as well, just to fill in the blanks. Oh, and some AB colors as well, just to fill in the empty spaces and just to add some more detail like I did with the seashell cups. So I'm going to do that real quick. I didn't have like a ton of really good footage of that, so I'm just going to speed through that real quick and then move on to the final step of rhinestoning this bodysuit. I'm finishing now the detail rhinestoning that needs to be done. It took forever. That was like the longest part for me, was the detail rhinestoning on the bodysuit. But once that was done, then everything was way easier to do and way less stressful. Now, with some leftover smaller shaped rhinestones, I am cascading and like lessening the amount of rhinestones coming from the front of the bodysuit and like traveling down, as you can see what I'm doing, just so that there's a better transition between the chunky rhinestones and then the flat back rhinestones, if that makes any sense. So I'm just adding that detail real quick, and then I'm going to move on to the next step. So as you can see here, I'm taking, my bodysuit off of my quote unquote dress form, just real quick, because I have to rhinestone the bottom of the bodysuit, and it'll just be way easier to not have gravity try to fight against me. So I rather lay it on my work table and rhinestone it that way. So I'm doing that real quick. And then in order to get the bodysuit completely off, I gotta unscrew the top of my dress form and then relatively body slam her onto my table and try to get this bodysuit off, because I had to take her feet off in order to do that. So for the final day of rhinestoning this bodysuit, what I'm doing now is the same technique like I did with filling in the gaps with the detail rhinestoning, is that I'm dotting gem tack glue onto the bottom of the bodysuit, and then I am placing those green, blue, gold AB color rhinestones on top, and I'm going to fill out all of the blank spaces that you see here on the bottom of the bodysuit. So that is the last step. So I will see y'all when the bodysuit is all said and done. So this is what the bodysuit looks like. It's so freaking pretty and gorgeous, and it just has the vibe that I was going for, which is like the lost treasures at the bottom of the sea, and that's what it's really giving, and so I'm happy about it. I did not take any like videos on my DSLR camera of all the clips, the final clips, so you'll have to settle for these vertical iPhone clips right now, but y'all see the whole look modeled at the end of this series. So yeah, enjoy the beauty, and I'll see y'all in a couple of seconds. So all of the materials will be linked down below, but this is how the bodysuit came out. Of course, y'all will see the finished product at the end of the entire project. So stay tuned for that and subscribe and turn on your post notifications so you get notified when the final result is also up. But follow the journey. Trust the process. You won't regret it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, it's the same old thing. I bedazzled the crap out of this bodysuit. And I did that shit. So anyway, I hope y'all enjoy this content in this video. So that's pretty much it for the bodysuit. For the next video, I will be moving on to the next element of this Ariel Little Mermaid fashion project, which is the pearl skirt. So stay tuned for that. Subscribe, turn on your post notifications so you get notified whenever I do post, because that's also a very fun video. I use a couple of new techniques in the process. And yeah, and I would love to do it again, just for fun, just to have it in my closet, because you never know, you know, when the occasion calls for it. So anyway, that is it for this video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. If you did, please comment down below. Anyway, as always, lovelies, please love yourself, and I will see you next video. Mwah!